All right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. So today, guys, we're live on YouTube, man. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay. So, hello, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, let's start, man. Let's start. Can I hear you? All right, am I connected? Wait, hold up, guys. Let me get that out of the way. All right.
Oh.
So we're going to start with the EPL first, man. EPL first.
This is bad.
All right, let me check my settings real quick because I can't hear you for some reason.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh.
Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I love you.
Okay.
Premier
So let's start.
League.
Yeah, let's start, man. Sorry about that. I just had some little technical difficulties. But let's start, man. Let's start. Get a little long intro there. Okay, so let's start with the first game we got here is West Ham versus Chelsea. Chelsea beat West Ham. I don't think it's too surprising. Maybe the score is a bit surprising because I didn't think Chelsea would beat West Ham by that margin. But yeah, I mean, are you surprised that Chelsea beat West Ham?
I'm more surprised Nicholas Jackson actually scored, to be honest. Scored twice. But yeah, it was game over at 2-0. I watched probably just the first half. And yeah, Chelsea were okay. I think they should have had a penalty, West Ham. Somerville. I think it was a pull on his arm. I forgot who committed. I think it was Fofana. Should have had a penalty. And I guess Jogo Bonito right now, just for now, is cooking. So have to accept it for now. Just for now. We'll have to accept it. West Ham, the first time they lost 3 home games in a row. So yeah, not looking good for a team that apparently won the transfer window.
Yeah, I think I overhyped West Ham in my predictions. I think I'm starting to regret that. So, yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting with Chelsea because, like I said, the thing with Chelsea is that they're a good team. Is just, are they consistent enough? That's the real question.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
So,
we'll see how they do.
Congrats to Chelsea for winning 3-0. But like I said, yeah, let's not get too carried away because Chelsea next game is Brighton, and I really hope they don't drop points against Brighton. Then this win is kind of like for nothing, you know.
Well, we'll see because they play. I think after that game, they play Conference League football. So now they'll get to start their European adventure to becoming the first English team to win all three of Europe's competitions, basically.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Aston Villa 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Aston Villa got the big win as expected. But the thing with the thing that worries me with Villa a lot though is, the thing that worries me with Villa a lot is that they're having to come back from behind. They're having to come from behind, and Duran's having to score a lot of goals for them.
Yeah, so. I mean, I said to other people, Aston Villa, if they pick up a lot of points before Champions League football really kicks in, because come on, Villa beating some young boys, I mean, it's not that difficult, I guess, in the Champions League. But like, you know, when it comes to the Bayern Munich that they play, and I forgot who else they play, but I know they play Bayern at home in the next Champions League game. I think Villa just have to be picking up points before November, December, January, when Champions League and maybe Carabao Cup, if they go far in it. It will take a toll on this team. And for now, for Villa, I mean, they've picked up 10 points or 12 points or something like that. So they're in a good place at the moment. This was like Newcastle from last season, picked up eventually and in a good spot. I could see Villa. I wouldn't say top four. It's too early. But as for Wolves, I still think Wolves are okay. They're just defensively they allow too much space.
Yeah.
And but I still think Wolves will be safe by the end of the season. But 1 point, I think it's 1 point in 5. That's I would say not good at all. That's they're in the relegation zone, I think, as well.
Wow.
But yeah,
Yeah, we'll
not
look at the
good.
table afterwards. Yeah, we'll look at the table afterwards. And then Fulham 3 with Newcastle 1. I mean, Newcastle absolute
Well,
disgrace.
well, I think the less said about it, the better. At least we finally lost the game, so we don't have to do this unbeaten record thing. That whatever. Hopefully Eddie Howe gets sacked. I dare Eddie Howe to lose to AFC Wimbledon in the cup on Wednesday night. I hope Man City destroys Newcastle 7-0. We play them next. Even though Man City didn't look good in the past couple of games, including today.
We'll get to them in a bit.
Yeah, but this game scored in 5 minutes for Fulham, and then they just haven't looked back and went on to win. For some reason, we decided to turn up only in the second half, scored in the first 20 seconds of it, and then we decide that's it. So yeah, we'll only be it will only be urgent for us if we're losing, and unfortunately for Eddie Howe, or fortunately, hopefully, it will cost him his job if this continues performance, and especially when we play AFC Wimbledon in the cup. I mean, surely we have to destroy them. I do not care. It has to be like a 6-7-0. I don't give. I don't care. We have to destroy AFC Wimbledon. You have to at least give the fans some confidence. But if we somehow scrape by, even if we go through on penalties or 1 goal margin, 2 goal margin, not good enough. I want a 6-0, 7. I want a big scoreline. I don't really care about AFC Wimbledon's history. We have to destroy them at their ground. But if we somehow get knocked out by them, then yeah. But yeah, for Fulham, good win for them. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe
Yeah,
out.
Leicester City won it. Yeah, Leicester City won. Everton won. Everton finally don't lose the game.
Finally. But they dropped a point again. Or they've dropped 2 points. Because they were once again winning and somehow cannot get the win. Which I think will be a theme under Sean Dyche. But for Leicester, that's 3 draws in 5 games. They haven't won yet, but they're not terrible from what people said preseason. I think Leicester can survive, but just like Everton, it'll take time for them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna read you guys' comments after we get to the league, guys. Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0. Luis Diaz, man. I think Luis Diaz is a very underrated player in this Liverpool team. Do you think he's underrated?
I mean, last season he was probably one of the worst attacking players. Just cannot convert his chances, but this season it seems like he has. So yeah, I mean the game was over at halftime.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean Bournemouth had a goal ruled out, as it says there, 4 minutes in, so that could have changed the game. But once Liverpool got a goal and then a second goal immediately after, it was game over. So yeah, good bounce back for Liverpool. And as for Bournemouth, still haven't won a game. Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And people are still hyping up Bournemouth as well.
Yeah. Moving on, we have next to Southampton 1, Ipswich 1. I believe this is Ipswich's first point, and they managed to get a point on the road against Southampton. Oh, sorry, second point. And with the last minute goal from Morey, I mean, this is Morsey, sorry. Like, this is incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. This was pretty much a relegation battle fest because both these teams are likely to be in a relegation battle. And yeah, I mean, for Ipswich, yeah. Ipswich. I think they're going to be the more happier of the two teams. Would you agree?
Uh, I mean, both. I think both teams won't be happy. Like, if this is a relegation battle, surely you have to win. A draw, I don't think helps either team. I know it's 5 games in, but a draw away at Southampton for a team like Ipswich, who beat them last season, did the double over Southampton last season. But once you're in the Premier League, you somehow couldn't beat Southampton. I don't think it's a good
Yeah,
point. So I think Southampton are probably, even though they conceded, probably be the happier because they at least got a point. Southampton,
yeah,
but both teams. I mean, yeah, I'll say
yeah.
Southampton the better of the two.
The Tottenham 3, Brentford 1. Tottenham got the win here. And Mbeumo scored the first minute. People are saying Tottenham might drop points here. Solanke, Johnson, Madison stepped up, and Brennan Johnson. I heard he got a lot of abuse on social media after the North London Derby. He silenced the crowd today, showing that he's him, man.
I mean, up again, comparing Arsenal to Brentford. I mean, maybe that's his level, I guess. But I still,
That's
I
crazy.
mean, in the first minute, Brentford had the lead. In the first minute, and Bremo.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
But I guess you can say home advantage for Spurs. They scored like 7 minutes after the first Brentford goal, and then just carried on from there. But I think it will come down to what happens midweek against Karabag. I mean, surely, right? They have to be Karabag. And then they play another Europa League team, Manchester United, at Old Trafford, I think. Or Sakiko, I would say, because I still think Spurs fans aren't happy. I'm on another European show, No Filter FC. So shout out to Charlie, No Filter FC. He's Ange out. He's a Spurs fan. He's Ange out. So we'll see El Sakiko next weekend.
That'll be a very interesting game.
Hopefully, I mean, hopefully it's another manager like Eddie Howe gets sacked. But I mean, talking about sacking managers, El Sakiko, a team that sacked their manager recently, won a game. But we'll talk about that in Italy's games. But yeah, good win for Spurs. But I think they still have to.
Yeah, this doesn't change the needle. Like
it doesn't change anything. I think it depends on the next 2 games. Karabag from Azerbaijan and Man United away, who they don't have.
Solanke finally scored. And Solanke finally scored his first goal.
So, oh yeah.
The Crystal Palace, Man United 0. I mean, this was. I feel bad for Man United because I actually think Palace probably should have lost this game because Dean Henderson had a masterclass in goal.
Against
at the same time, though, at the same time, though, Man United. I mean, this attack is horrendous, man. It's really average. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Bruno
mean,
Fernandes had a particular off game.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I know a lot of people making memes about Lisandro Martinez. If you saw it on social media, like that.
Oh yeah, he should have got sent off.
Yeah, he should have been sent off. But for Man United, I mean, look at what do you call those? The graphic, that one there, where it's basically Man United dominate and somehow couldn't score. They have 1.7 xG compared to Palace's 1, basically. Oh, wait, let me charge laptop. But yeah, I mean, both teams underwhelming overall this season. But yeah, El Sakiko is coming up. Man United Spurs next weekend. I forgot who Man United play this Europa League. But as for Palace, I mean, surely this ends this sort of hype that people had. I saw people put Palace European spots. Like, they haven't won a game. Palace. They haven't won a game. And this was the Man United team. They beat 4-0 a few months ago. And they can't win. So, yeah, I mean, both West Ham and Palace, and I guess maybe Bournemouth as well, three clubs that probably a lot of people hyped up are not really performing to what the hipsters are saying. But we'll see. We'll see how Palace do for the rest of the season. Man United, we'll see this midweek. Whoever, I forgot who they play, but yeah.
I think they play 20. So they should probably beat them.
Dutch team, so maybe Eric Sevenhag should know them.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move to the next one. We've got Brighton 2, Nottingham Forest 2. It's a back and forth game. Nottingham Forest took the lead. Chris Wood got the penalty there, and then Brighton made a turnaround. Then Sosa equalized there in the 70th minute, and then Nottingham Forest went down to 10 men. So the game finished at 2-2. I mean, this is a great point for Nottingham Forest. I think Nottingham Forest definitely surprised me, by beating Liverpool away, getting a draw here at Brighton. Maybe they might survive. I know it's really early in the season, but I had them. I was very concerned with them before the season.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, because they're under Nuno, who managed Wolves when they got promoted. Remember when Wolves were seventh, and all that until obviously he moved on to Tottenham and he failed in the first 3 months. So I think maybe this is Nuno's level with Nottingham Forest, Wolves, those sort of teams. Even though I think this Forest team isn't as good as the Wolves team from the 7th place finishes they got.
For sure.
But yeah, I think Forest are probably a surprise team. They're one of now 4 teams, along with Brighton, to have not lost a game in the Premier League. And if you want to consider the Carabao Cup, even though we lost to us, Newcastle, it was a draw. But yeah, I mean, maybe with no Carabao Cup for Forest, maybe they can just focus on the league survival. But yeah, as for Brighton, I mean, I think they played at home against Ipswich last week. Couldn't beat Forest, another team you would expect to get relegated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the first 2 games they won, but then after that, the hype of Brighton is maybe slowing down, and now they play Jogo Bonito next weekend. But but I would say Nottingham Forest are the happier of the 2. As for Brighton, I mean, still unbeaten, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the big one.
Yeah. The big one, big game, man. The big game, man. This is the important one. And Haaland, man, he scored in this game. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, is this gonna be a Man City demolition? Because that's what I kind of thought. It was like, okay, 9th minute of the game, his early goal. I think California got the equalizer, which was funny because I believe California was at fault for the first goal, if I remember correctly. Right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I just watched it back only. But
so I guess it kind of, yeah, I guess it redeems himself, and then obviously Gabriel scores a header from the set piece there, and then comes a controversial moment in a item. Do you think Trossard? That was a second yellow offense, or do you think it was harsh?
No, I don't think it's a yellow card. If it is, it's a very soft one. He basically just kicks the ball away. I mean, I know that's like, what do you call this? A yellow card offense, but I mean, he wasn't like kicking out like all the way. Like how, remember when Declan Rice gets sent off the other time? I don't think, maybe that's a red card that Declan Rice had, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a red card, or a second yellow for Trossard in this one. But once Arsenal went down to 10 man, I mean, I think what people have said to me is that it was just Man City peppering and basically doing everything until the last minute. But to be honest, I was, I guess, maybe impressed that Arsenal, oh my God, look, what's that? 28 shots in one half.
Right on target.
And could only muster a draw, basically, in the end. But, I mean, I was impressed with Arsenal in that sort of first half because I wanted to know if Arsenal can, basically, if they go behind in a game, like sort of this game, will they respond? And they responded. But once they took the lead 2-1, and then the red card. So maybe the red card kind of made Arsenal sit back a bit, I would say, because 10 men away at the Etihad is difficult, but I would probably say Man City are the happy of the two. Even though, yes, it's a point at the Etihad, but the fact that it was like basically the last kick of the game, it would have been Arsenal's first win in the Prem against Man City in like 9 years, and they couldn't do it in the end. But I don't think it's like for both teams, Man City and Arsenal. I don't think it's like the end of the world for either team. I still think they'll probably be the top two, even though they shared points today. But
yeah,
I think it's a point gained for Man City than a 2 points drop for them.
Yeah, Savinho
they're still top of the league. They're still top of the league.
Yeah. Savio was really good. He had a great game. He had a good assist there. Walker, man, I think Walker probably has to get. I think Walker some of Man City is coming towards the end. I don't think Walker was particularly good today.
And that injury to Rodri.
Yeah, Arsenal, man, you guys have to be ashamed of yourself what you guys did to Rodri. You ought to be ashamed.
Well, at least Rodri won a Euros with Spain, so I'm fine with losing the Nations League stuff. I don't, but yeah. I mean, I think it's a bit too rushed to bring Rodri back. I would say because he was out for the first couple games of the season. But we'll see.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to say this right here. Rodri is Man City's most important player. He's the heart and soul of the team. People are going to say Haaland. People are going to say KDB. And by the way, KDB was injured, which is why he didn't play today. Adverse. Arsenal, as I said, man, defensively look good. Gabriel is really good from set pieces. And then Calafiori had a good game. Saka had a good game. I like some with Arsenal. My biggest issue is them as their attack. Because I'm sorry, I know Martinelli got their assist, but I still think he's mid. Havertz is not clinical enough, and I still think Trossard is better off the bench. I don't think he's good as a starter.
I mean, he scores and he gets sent off.
Yeah. So Arsenal defensively, they're really solid. They're really good from set piece. That'll give you the credit because Gabriel, he did the same thing against Tottenham away. It was like pretty much like the same kind of goal, I think. So yeah. Saka got the assist there, but yeah, it's a good point. And looking at the table, this is how the table is looking like. So Man City, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Arsenal, your top four. Chelsea 5th, Newcastle 6th, and relegation Southampton, Everton, and Wolves in the relegation. Let's look at your guys' comments. And we're going to move to the next league.
Look, we're going to go El Tactical, 10th and 11th. Tottenham and Man United.
Inter and City both played terribly. That 0-0 really made their weekend terrible. Villa was very poor in first half versus Wolves. Conference League is terrible. Young boys is last place in Switzerland League. Yep, that's true. Villa, 80-10 to How are you guys? We're good. Still the draw, struggle against Newcastle. Wait, where's like Newcastle game? Is that going to be the Etihad or is it going to be at
St. James's? I mean, it ain't the same Newcastle team. Remember when we drew 3-3 with them? With a couple of seasons, it's not happening. Like, I hope we lose and Eddie Howe gets sacked.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe if we get knocked out of the Carabao Cup, maybe we'll turn up because we don't have to play midweek games.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're not even in Europe.
Hello, guys. Oh, hello, Matt. The Premier League is more of a Gardeners League compared to Farmers League on. Matt's Premier League is still a Farmers League. You have to accept that. Master says, yes, Trossard, yellow card, not just kicking the ball after the whistle goes, but even more so, he elbowed another player at the back. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Draw was reserved. Also brought Man City time by players going down too often. Doing a little bit was fine, but also did too much. My stream lagged just as Grealish made that pass in the box. Yeah, Grealish, man. All right, let's move to La Liga, man. Hansi Flick ball, man.
There was some midweek games, so maybe we can start the midweek.
Round 5. So let's see. I think we had Rayo Vallecano 3, Osasuna 1. Good win for Rayo Vallecano. I'm gonna keep it brief.
Yeah. I mean, Ratio with a goal, his first goal. So I remind you.
Yeah.
And then I think there was.
Was there any matches on? Oh yeah,
What were
Mallorca.
these ones? Yeah, Sociedad or
Disgrace.
Finito. They're finito. Watch
Yeah.
them now turn up in the Europa League. But yeah, Sociedad, they've probably been the out of the sort of, along with Valencia, I would still say, and Sevilla, the big-ish clubs. I think Sociedad is probably the most disappointing. But good win for Mallorca. And then Real Betis, I mean, along with that game, picked up wins. So Betis, who started the season slowly, are now getting back. Conference League winners. I heard it here first. Upper Betty. And then Athletic Club, I mean, against Leganés, it's yeah.
Yeah.
And
Then
yeah,
Deportivo Alaves. Wow. Sevilla,
they're,
man.
they're what, unbeaten, I think, Alaves? Or like top 5, top 6.
Oh my jeez.
So they're another surprise, I guess, sort of. As for Sevilla, I mean, they can hold it. So yeah, good result for Alaves. Hopefully Sevilla get relegated.
No, I don't want that to be relegated. That'd be sad. I don't want that to get relegated.
Nah, everyone, I think almost everyone in Spain hates them except Sevilla fans. I met someone today who used to live in the city of Seville. She prefers Betis, so I'm like, all right, yep.
Yeah, and the Real Valladolid, Real Sociedad still can't score. The thing with Sociedad, as I said, guys, they're just not clinical enough. I don't know what to say.
They've won one game all season.
Yeah,
against a team that conceded 7 a couple weeks ago or something. So yeah.
Osasuna 2, Las Palmas 1. Good win for Osasuna at home. Osasuna are a tough team at home. Especially they're really tough to play at. Their stadium is tough to play at.
Yeah, and Pamplona.
They're tough. Yeah, the Valencia, they beat Girona 2-0, which is kind of a little bit surprising.
Yeah, I mean,
Valencia finally got a win.
I still think it's worrying signs for Valencia despite the win. But hopefully, I hope they stay up. I don't mind Sevilla going down, but hopefully Valencia stay up. And then this one, I mean, who are you giving the shout out to? Shout out to Espanyol or shout out to Madrid?
Oh man! So guys, I think I'm coming to a conclusion. Real Madrid should skip the first half. Real Madrid in the first half are garbage. They're really awful the first half. The second half, though, I don't know what's up with them. Like, they must be like drinking. They must have like some drinking. They must be drinking like drinking some water or something. Like, getting some energy. Like, I don't know what's up with Real Madrid because they always show up in the second half. They're like a second half team.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same with Newcastle. We only show up for like the second half, but we're not as good as Real Madrid, and we lost. As for Real Madrid, they scored 4 in one half.
It's crazy because Espanyol took the lead, and I knew that Espanyol were going to hold on. They were not going to hold on, especially the Bernabeu.
Yeah.
Like, it was not going to happen.
Espanyol is the small of the 2 Barcelona clubs anyway. Sorry, Espanyol fans.
Then Carbo got the equalizer there.
Yeah, like what, 4 minutes later. So yeah, good win for Madrid. And even though they, to be honest, I still haven't been impressed with them, but there's, I think, second still in the league, and I guess it's going to be between the 2 teams to compete for La Liga, and we'll talk about obviously your team and all. But Madrid, I mean, even the Stuttgart game a few days ago, they weren't great, and they still won Real Madrid. So yeah. So I kind of wish El Clasico happened like like now, but we'll wait till October next month. Please, Foster, please.
Yeah, that's the thing with Real Madrid. Yeah, that's the thing with Real Madrid is that they know how to win. They don't have to play well to win. They just know how to win. Like, they have this attitude of winning. No, there's no other team in the world that has this kind of insane attitude of winning. There is no other team in the world. And what makes this Real Madrid team scary is that they brought Vinicius off the bench, and Vinicius was fantastic in this game. Like, bro, that Vinicius assist for Rodrigo was amazing. And then Mbappe as well. Mbappe assist. I mean, my only concern with Real Madrid, though, is that are we seeing the best out of Mbappe? Because I still don't really feel like we are.
I still think he's best as a winger. I still think that. I don't think he.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he scored and got an assist, but I mean, just overall, I still haven't been impressed with Kylian. So, but so far they haven't lost the game. So, yeah. I mean,
and I think, and I think Jude is really playing a big role, because I thought Jude had a good game, even though didn't get the assists. And Vinicius came off the bench and was effective. And let's be real, Vinicius not had a good start to La Liga so far. I believe is this his first goal in La Liga? I believe this might be his first goal. Let me actually double check. Is that his first goal in La Liga this season? I believe it might be. No, actually, it's not. It's actually not.
Oh yeah, because he scored penalties. He scored penalties against Sociedad and what's the other one? Las Palmas.
Real Betis. Las Palmas. Okay, actually, you know what? This was his. Actually, I can say this. This was his first open play goal. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Real Madrid, they're still going to be the team to compete. I'm still interested to see how Don Carlos is going to do with this team, because there's a lot of pressure on Real Madrid this season. They have to win the league. They have to.
They have to basically, for Real Madrid, win the treble. I mean, it's Real Madrid. They have to. I mean, that's the standard they have for their club. Defend the Champions League title, defend the La Liga title. I mean, they lost their Copa del Rey title last season to their big rivals, who they play this coming weekend. So
that's
Madrid derby. But there was another Madrid derby earlier today. But but for Real Madrid, I mean, they have to be winning the treble, even though they haven't done it yet in their history. I mean, that's the standard they want, just win. But yeah, and the actual Madrid derby, that was okay to watch a bit.
Yeah, Getafe won, Leganes nil, and it's all right result, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I guess Leganes can be a bit sad. Getafe is probably a real relief that we managed to get a point from this game at home,
because they conceded the first goal. But yeah, the local derby, the two South Madrid clubs getting, I guess, a point. But to be honest, a point doesn't help either team. It doesn't help either team. Either because Getafe haven't won a game and Leganes only have like 6-7 points, which is okay, but it's not like not winning isn't that great for, especially in the derby. Yeah, Celta Vigo lost.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Athletic Club won. They got the win. Celta Vigo won. And yeah, it's kind of weird though. This game was kind of misleading the stats, because as Celta Vigo had more possession, they had more shots. But guess what's more in shots on target? I guess the Athletic Club was more clinical today.
Yeah, thank you.
And they're able to do as well with Nico Williams. Nico Williams was injured for this game. He's obviously one of the most integral players. And it shows that this team still has depth without him. You know, Gorzerta came up clutch.
I mean, his brother got the assist for one of the goals, Iñaki. But yeah, I mean, good win. And Athletic Club are third in the league as of now. So they've improved. I think that's 3 wins in a row in the league, in La Liga. So
yeah, then Villarreal won and Barca 5, man. Huge win for Barca, man. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch much of this game because I was kind of busy. But I did see the fact that we scored 5. And you know what's crazy? I feel like it's a bit unfair on Villarreal, because I thought Villarreal actually played a decent game. They weren't that bad. It's just that we were clinical on the day. Like, that's the difference. We were just...
I mean, 4 XG. 4 XG. So the game should have ended 4-2, but I think it was a good watch. I mean, the only unfortunate, or I don't know what your take is. Your starting goalkeeper is out basically for the remainder of the season, because I think it's reported it's a ACL. But apparently some Barca fans were please, ACL, Ter Stegen. And that's what happened. So
Yeah, Barca fans. I'm sorry, man, but I have to call the Barca fans. You guys are shameless. You guys are absolutely shameless. You know what's actually crazy? Ter Stegen had to disable his comments in his Instagram post because they were sending death threats and stuff like that, which is too far.
I mean,
Extreme.
it's probably been his worst week. On a Thursday, he basically got one of his players sent off, basically,
Yeah.
and lost the game. And then 3 days later, basically out for the remainder of the season. And now
Yeah.
and then it's going to be Iñaki Pena. That's
Yeah.
going to be
No,
Barcelona.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He's mid. He's not that good, so I'm kind of worried. So we had to buy a goalkeeper in January window. Lewandowski had a good game, despite the fact he missed the penalty there. Torre was amazing, which was good to see Torre get minutes because I feel like Torre wasn't really given much minutes under Xavi. Rafinha's looking good. Yamal's looking great. Pedri looking good. So, yeah, I think for Barca, as I said, man, 5-1 win is great. It's just I'm just a little concerned about Ter Stegen injury because I think that's the only issue I have with Barca this season is the injuries. The injuries kind of keep piling up. It almost feels like every game we play nowadays, we're going to get someone injured.
That's 2 ACLs. Who was the one that Bernal? Mark Bernal got.
Bernal.
So now it's number 2. Gavi hasn't returned yet. I mean, Lopez.
Well, Gavi's in training.
Almost.
Gavi Dion in training.
So yeah, that's the only thing that will worry with Barcelona, and that's the thing I worry about Barcelona, especially because they play a lot of the La Masia or the younger players that they get these sort of injuries and their career could be messed up because we don't know if Gavi, when he does return, hopefully he doesn't get that same injury. Otherwise, or he just isn't the same player. So that's the only worry with like Barcelona, I think, out of all clubs, is that these sort of injuries are happening to Barca players. Long-term injuries as well, like Olmo, Araujo, Christensen, Gavi obviously before, and obviously now it's Bernal and Ter Stegen. Because knock on wood, hopefully someone like Yamal doesn't get something like that. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Yeah, dude, I'm that's another thing. Yeah, Yamal needs to be rested, bro. He's playing too much. He's playing too much, man.
Yeah. Unless maybe he'll learn from Saka and just limp every game.
Okay, I'm not gonna comment on that, but anyways, let's move. Next up is Real 1, Atletico Madrid 1. This is a pretty back and forth game. Obviously both these teams are Madrid teams. Real got the early lead there, plus on the first half, and like I said with Atletico Madrid, man, they're so bad in the first. Atletico Madrid are basura on the road, guys. Basura on the road. But when it comes to at home, they're a force team. They're amazing. Yeah,
I mean, they play at home. They play at home on the Madrid derby this coming weekend. But good, and Ratshu scored in the previous game. Got an assist in this game for Vallecano, so it's been a good week, I guess, for him, Andre Ratshu, or Sonic, basically. So yeah, I mean, I would take him at Newcastle, obviously, but it's a good point for Vallecano. And the man to get the equalizer is one of Chelsea's Jogo Bonito GOAT players, Gallagher. So yeah, he got his second goal or something of La Liga, and also, I mean, good. Actually, it's been a good start for Gallagher, which is funny to say. Maybe it's just the Chelsea thing never worked out because he was good at Palace like a few seasons ago, I remember, and then play at Chelsea, basically not that good. Comes to Atletico and performs well. So maybe it's just a Chelsea issue for Gallagher.
Yeah, and then we have Real Betis Mallorca game tomorrow. That'll be interesting. We'll talk about that next week, obviously. And yeah, I would probably expect Real Betis to win, but it might be a draw. Let's see. Pookie says hi. I forgot you're going live today. Yes, I knew you. I just forgot Arsenal, man. Yeah, I really don't want. I was so sad for Arsenal, but I kind of expected it. They were just that team. And also, I forgot to mention the guys. I thought that game would be a boring 0-0 game.
But I think I said 1-1. But yeah, I mean, I predicted a draw. So Score
Yeah,
draw.
I got my draw prediction. I got my draw prediction right. I caught this game midway through, and was down 1-0. I was like, "What is this?" Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to Bundesliga. But we'll get there. And he also still plays left at times. They share low. I know Pookie, but still, like it was kind of sad. It's kind of bit concerning that he couldn't have he didn't score an open play goal until that game.
Yeah, even though he's been playing, left wing or center forward, I still haven't been that impressed with Mbappe. He still hasn't had. Maybe this weekend he'll have that moment.
Yeah, dude,
that'll be a big moment. You want the Real Madrid players or the star man Mbappe to get that moment. I don't know if it's going to be in the Madrid derby or in the last season when it was Bellingham. He had his moment. The goals against Barcelona. So maybe Mbappe will have his moment this coming weekend.
Yeah, boo. People are being shameless about your staying on half ups Thursday. Yeah, I kind of actually saw a little bit of that, Matt. I actually saw, and yeah, people are a bit reactionary on that channel. Puka says that injury to your second is both a blessing in disguise and a curse. Yeah. See, the thing is, I never hope for players to get injured. If you hope for your player to get injured, there's something wrong with you. There is something genuinely wrong with you.
For me, I just want to. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how Barca cope, and we talked about it just before. Just the injuries and the length of the injuries are concerning. That's why I'm knocking on wood. Please don't do it to Yamal or any of Spain's younger players or whatever, because that is not good. But yeah, Barcelona 100%, but 0% in Champions League.
Yeah, 100%. The Real Madrid second, Athletic Club third, Atletico Madrid fourth, Villarreal fifth, Deportivo Alaves sixth, and also seventh. And the relegation, Getafe, Valencia, Las Palmas. Las Palmas last is crazy.
Okay.
I did not expect to see that.
It's still really early. But yeah, the relegation battle, I mean, the only surprising team down there is probably Sociedad. It's probably Sociedad, one win after 7 games, and all the other teams still have a game in hand. So not looking good for Sociedad, but for their rivals Athletic Club, they somehow turned it around. 4 wins in 5, and now third.
Yeah.
In Serie A.
Serie A. All right, guys, get the likes up, man. We're at 4 likes, which is pretty low, guys. Come on, man. We need to be reaching at least 5 likes, man. At least 5 likes. I know we have a small audience today, but still, we need to be reaching at least 5 likes. So come on, get those likes, man. Get those likes up. We really should be hitting 10, but let's aim for 5 at least. Atletico low. Well, I'm side by his injury. Atletico low. All right, let's talk about the Serie A, man. Serie A time. So, I believe we had a midweek. I think there was a game midweek, right? All right, let me check.
The Monday game.
Monday game. So Parma 2, Udinese 3. I believe Udinese made a comeback in this game.
Yeah,
let me just
2 goals down.
Yep.
And red card for Parma. And it's not the only time we'll be talking about red cards with Parma. But yeah, I mean, when Udinese won, they were top of the league. They went top of the league that night. And then Lazio, I guess, good win. But once again, they conceded immediately after scoring, but they won. So yeah, good result in that time.
Empoli,
I mean, Empoli, what, 4 or 5 clean sheets already in Serie A. So they've looked good, Empoli. I think they've probably been. I mean, they're not the only surprise team this season from Serie A, because there's a certain club that's top of the league, and it's not who you think it is. But yeah, good win for Empoli. They were probably the more, I guess, I know the stats says like Cagliari were probably better, but I think Empoli just controlled the game once they went 2-0 up. So good win.
Yeah, wow. Hellas run 2, Torino 3. What a crazy game this was. Wow. Torino just about managed to get the win.
Not only that, then they're not. Guess where they are in the league? First place. They're first.
What?
They're first. They're unbeaten still. So
wow, that's insane.
for Torino, maybe they're. I don't know. This, as I said, this season, like of the top 5 leagues or whatever, I think Serie A is going to be the closest or like the most exciting. And I mean, there's a certain derby that happened just a while ago, um, and it makes the Serie A title race a lot open, and you just never know. Maybe Torino was the team that we should be hyping up, because they're still unbeaten, and they missed the penalty as well in this game, Sanabria. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think Torino, just because, well, it's not only Torino, there's Udinese and all that I've been impressed with. Um, so yeah, good. Not only a good win for Torino, but a win that actually sets them up for potential title race. That would be
Yeah.
some. They could do this season's Bologna or last season's Bologna.
Yeah. The
Oh,
Venezia
yes, they won
to
a
Genoa
game.
0.
They won
Wow,
a
Venezia
game.
actually won a game. What a surprise.
I mean, they'll still get
Genoa actually
relegated.
lost.
Yeah, I mean, good win, but still think they'll get relegated. Venezia.
Juventus 0, Napoli 0. Okay, be a 10. You gotta be concerned with Juventus. It's now 3 games in a row they haven't scored in Serie A.
It's 5 games in a row they haven't conceded, and they're still unbeaten compared to one of their biggest rivals. Well, if you want to consider Inter, well, Inter I think is a bigger rival, but
Yeah.
I still think I know what the first 2 games they won 3-0, and then the last 3 games. I mean, they played Roma, who you would think historically a big club, Napoli a big club, so probably only the Empoli game. To be honest, I'm still not like concerned because they've started well in the Champions League, so yeah, and especially considering that Inter lost today, unless Torino is the team that they have to compete against. I still think Juve are still in a good spot. They've only conceded 1 goal all season, and that was a consolation in the Champions League game. So defensively, I think Juve are good. I just think that they need to be on their day offensively. So I can trust Juve defensively now. But hopefully the attack turns up, because if Juve's attack turns up, like we saw in the first 2 games or in the Champions League, then Juve can cook. So I'm not that concerned. As for Napoli, I mean, they haven't lost since the opening game they had against Verona. So I think maybe both teams. I think a 0-0 was probably the right result. 1 shot on target for each team. But yeah, and Napoli, I think, are what, second or third in the league. So maybe
Yeah,
the
Napoli's been
goat
good so far.
McTominay was the difference. The goat.
Yeah.
McTominay.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Juventus are good. It's just their attack is very underwhelming. I'm sorry, I still don't really I don't really rate Vlahovic that highly, and I think Juventus are really struggling in that attack because a striker is really important for them because we know how important strikers are in football. You know,
Yeah.
everything.
At least they don't
yeah.
concede. At least. So
Yeah, that's true. Wow, what a comeback from Parma, man.
another red card for Parma. I think Parma. That's 3 games in a row they got a player sent off. Suzuki in the
Oh my
last
jeez.
game. I forgot who got sent off in the Udinese game, and then this game, Cancelleri. I mean, and not only that, they were 2-0 down to Lecce, but Lecce got a man sent off, and they still got a second goal. And then in the last, basically the stoppage time, they did I don't know, Everton 2, Newcastle 2, your Jeune moment. They scored 2
Basically,
goals, and
the
yeah.
substitution saved.
Yeah, the Anas Aj Mohammed. Yeah, basically the sub saved them. But yeah, a good point for Palmer, I think, in the end. Basically, if you want to watch just chaos football, just watch Palmer. Just watch Palmer. The last game they bottled a 2-goal lead to lose, and then they almost did it to Lecce in this game, but they did get a point. So Palmer are probably the most fun team to watch, just for chaos. They're the most fun team to watch, and I've enjoyed them, even though they've only won 1 game this season.
Fiorentina, man. Goodmanson, man, the Icelandic player got a brace of pens, and Gilla got the consolation. Well, he got the first goal, and Fiorentina did a comeback. Man, Lazio are just so trash on the road. I don't know why they're so bad on the road.
Yeah, they won. They won on Monday, lost on Sunday. Yeah, so they won on a Monday, lost on a Sunday, and then they play in the Europa League. I don't know who, but they'll probably get a point, like a 2-0 draw, and then the next game they'll win, and then they'll lose heavily, and it's Lazio. Just never consistent. And probably not surprised that they didn't get a point in this game, just because of how inconsistent they are. But yeah, Fiorentina finally wins a game, I think.
Yeah, Monza won, Bologna too, man. Bologna finally gets a win on the road. A huge win. Castro got the game-winning goal. And yeah, Bologna, man, they're looking good. Obviously, a lot of new players this team, because obviously some of the players did leave over the summer. It'll be interesting to see how Bologna can do. Can they get European football again? I mean, that'll be a good statement. And yeah, for Monza, as I said, man, disappointment, man. Anything to say here?
Monza aren't that good. They're not that good,
Wow.
Monza.
Wow, Castro scored that insane goal. 80th minute. Look at that positioning.
Yeah, I mean, good goal to score Castro. So yeah, I think Bologna deserved winners and finally got a win. And guess what? Guess what's next? Unfortunately, the team that was top of the league loses to the team that sacked their manager.
So okay,
maybe Newcastle should do that same thing.
Before we talk about the Roma, I did hear a few days ago Roma did sack De Rossi. Now I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit harsh. I feel like it's a bit harsh, a little bit harsh, because it's early this season.
I mean, they've only scored, I think, 1 goal in 4 games before he got sacked. Haven't won a game. And
I know, but like it's still very early in the season.
Yeah, but then now look at the what they got. So
yeah,
if Roma maybe wins the next 2 games, wins the Europa League game, then I think it was the right sacking. I just don't think De Rossi is like, I wouldn't say he's like terrible, but he's not at the level of a Motta or Xabi Alonso type of manager, and Roma weren't playing that good as well. But once they sacked him, now look, almost every player got a 7 or 6.9 rating or higher against a team that was top of the league during the past week. Yeah. So for now, it's a good decision they sacked De Rossi, club legend. But I mean, Barcelona did that last season, sort of.
Yeah. I don't want to speak about it because that was sad. Anyways, let's move to this one. Inter won, Milan 2, man. Milan, man. I can't believe they actually won. I can't believe it. And you know what this shows? This is why I say with derbies. This is what I love about derbies. That derbies are unpredictable. Anything can happen. You don't expect the unexpected derbies. I remember a few years ago we were all talking about what was it called? The Liverpool Man United one. And we were all saying that Man United might be able to win at Anfield. Liverpool looks so garbage. Yeah, and then we all know what happened. Liverpool won 7-0. So
and Man United still finished above them.
The point I'm trying to make. But you get the point I'm trying to make here is that derbies actually anything can happen. Milan actually showed that they could win, and I think you know what I think also I don't know if you agree on this. I think Milan showed more in the day. I think they wanted this more than Inter. I think Inter were maybe a bit more complacent, maybe arrogant coming into this game, and I think Milan wanted this win more. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? You know what's the funny thing? We all touted. Well, I touted Inter to win the Champions League, but that's another competition. But Serie A, they're both on the same number of points. Inter and AC Milan.
Wow.
On the same number of points, and Juventus are above both of them. But I know it's just by 1 point, but still, this shows that Serie A it's the most competitive. And I've said this
Oh yeah,
before the season. It's the top 5 league that will cook, and right now it's cooking. But yeah, good win for Milan. I think they did needed this win because Fonseca was probably getting sacked deservedly if he didn't win this game. Um,
oh yeah,
because if he didn't beat Inter, then like there's no way they're winning the Serie A then, Milan. But
oh
yeah,
yeah.
this probably buys him time. Maybe they'll lose the next game or something, and then they'll back down to earth. But as for Inter, I do think there's a bit of complacency. But to be honest, I think I think Inter haven't started the season quite well. I mean, they've only really had 2 very good games: the Atalanta home game and the Man City Champions League game. That's probably the only games they've performed very well. But I know it's early in the season, and they're 3 points behind the leaders, Torino. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, hopefully Syria continues to cook.
Yeah, Pulisic getting that goal, man. Great goal there. Really bad defensively there from Inter. And then obviously Inter got the equalizer there. DeMarco scoring that great goal. And then Gabia scoring the last minute winner. It was a great header from Reinders with the assist. And yeah, I think from Inter, man, Milan just wanted this more. Milan wanted this more. And Inter, I think it's huge for Fonseca because, like you said, I think his job is probably on the line here.
I'm pretty sure he'll get sacked if it was the other way around. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know there were a few Milan fans that were probably saying Fonseca out, but maybe
and also,
time.
And also, I believe this is the first. I believe because this is actually true. What my friend told me. Yeah, there's been no. Yeah, there's no. We haven't seen Inter win. There's not been a time where in the derbies where a team has won 7 games in a row. So it's only been up to 6.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Milan will break the record in 2-3 years from now. But yeah, I mean, obviously, good win in a derby. But now it's about can they carry on? Because I mean, as you said about the Liverpool 7-0, the game after they lost to Bournemouth the next weekend. So yeah, I think Milan they just have to carry on this sort of form, and also in the Champions League as well because they weren't great in that one. But yeah, good win. Inter, I mean, they have to in Serie A they have to not be complacent because I haven't been that impressed apart from the Atalanta 4-0 game they had. I haven't actually been impressed with Inter Serie A game or campaign so far. So that makes Serie A the most competitive league. Oh, but Inter will win it. I mean, maybe they will, but yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, Marcel says Roma De Rossi over Roma Mourinho. Yeah, I would probably agree. Roma, they were playing better. They were playing better.
But here's the thing: under Mourinho, won them the Conference League. For a club like Roma is huge. Almost won the Europa League, so they could have been a Champions League club last season.
I think here's the thing. I think Roma played better under De Rossi, but I think Mourinho got them to achieve more. Is that agreeable?
Yeah, and that's why I would say Mourinho. Let's say Roma under Mourinho is better, even though, yeah, they weren't great in the league, but to bring a trophy to a club like Roma who don't usually win things, that's kind of why I want Mourinho at Newcastle, even though I know he lost the derby the other day. But Mourinho has delivered trophies to every club except the obvious Spurs.
And Spurs are a joke club, so you can't really blame him for that one. I gotta go now, guys. Great to see you. All right, see you, Poogie. Not feeling too good again. Yeah, hope we get better soon. Wait, what? AC one? I literally put the title. Milan wins the derby.
Just wait for next week when they lose to whoever.
I even put Gabi on the thumbnail as well.
He's like, oh, maybe they got the equalizer.
Okay. Pulisic going to get the player of the season at this rate. Yeah, I hope so, man. Pulisic has been on fire. Actually, I want to check his goals. I want to check his goal tally. How many goals got? 3 goals and 2 assists.
I mean, so far so good.
I mean,
but
because, man,
I think
4 goals in a row.
Oh, low. Well, I mean, one of them is against New Zealand, so.
Hey, it's like New Zealand.
But I think the only way he'll get play of the season is if Milan wins the Serie A.
Yeah,
which could happen. They're on the same points as Inter.
Yeah, I think Milan have to win the Serie A for him to get the player of the season.
Yeah.
Mo won a European Cup, got to the European Cup final. Mats. Roma are a pretty big club, so conference is not major for them. And Mats, don't do this, man. Don't do this.
I mean, they were the first club to even win that competition, and you saw what it meant to Mourinho and even to the Roma fans. Like, I remember when they announced his sacking a few months ago. You know, obviously Roma fans were like, maybe it was good that he left, as in like because to progress their team or whatever. But I think Roma fans are, what do you call this, grateful, I guess, to Mourinho that he's delivered a trophy for them, which is something that Newcastle has yet to do for almost 70-something years.
Yeah, also, yes, I'm back low. It was Maguire. I mean, Maher. Okay. Low the Conference League. There's not Conference League. What was the last time what's the picture? I mean, it meant what it meant to Roma, of course. Roma should be the underwhelming Sevilla team. Europa League finals not achievement. That's stand for a club like Roma. Come on, man. Sevilla have Europa League heritage. Sure, the team may not be as talented as their previous Sevilla teams, but heritage means
it's like Real Madrid, basically.
Like, yeah, they're basically the Real Madrid in Europa League. So, like, you it's just hard to beat them. And Roma took it all the way to pens. It's not like Roma got destroyed by Sevilla.
Yeah, had they scored their penalties, Roma, and you never know. But yeah, I mean, I would still say Mourinho over De Rossi in terms of their time at Roma.
Yeah, no, it's not low. Man, stop playing with Mo. Roma had Dybala and then 1-0 lead. And remember, Dybala wasn't fully fit for that game. That's why he came off. And I believe Abraham wasn't fully fit. They had to go with Belotti, bro. They had to roll with Belotti. I mean, and we know how trash that guy is. I mean, sorry, that guy's garbage.
I mean, he's playing at Como now, unfortunately for him. But
yeah,
I mean,
all right, let's look at some of that. Yeah, BLE, Inter was crap today. I'm grateful my internet worked. Wow, that's crazy. Whoa. But one thing, never several clubs where the mascot is the devil. Okay, that's controversial. I don't even know if I should read the comment, but okay, let's move.
What, Man United? Yeah, I mean, good win for.
Yeah, I mean, I will be real. Like, Mourinho kind of fell off after he left Man United, I would say, but still, like he still did a good job at Roma. You can't say he was a failure.
I mean, the only club he hasn't won a trophy was Spurs, but literally, had they not sacked him, because remember he got sacked in between the Super League stuff that happened the first time, and then that Carabao Cup final against Man City. Who knows what could have been? So I know people will say Mourinho is finished. Maybe he's not good enough to win a Champions League, but he's still good enough to win a Europa League with Fenerbahce, even though they haven't done well and lost the Derby, unfortunately. But I still think Mourinho might deliver Fenerbahce a trophy, whether it's the Super League or Europa League, because I think they have a chance, Fenerbahce.
Yeah. Yeah, Masters of Bonds reasons to be a beat Roma after 27, I would say. The ref as well, though. All right, let's move, man. Let's move to the Bundesliga, man. Bundesliga, man.
There's a certain team that lost 5-1.
Yeah, Bundesliga, man. Let's start by round. So round 4. I don't think we had any midweek matches. No. Actually, let me double check. Okay. Augsburg 2, Mainz 3. Good win for Mainz on the road.
Yeah, good win.
This was the team that denied Dortmund the league title years ago. So
now deny Augsburg a win, I guess. So yeah, good win for Mainz. I mean, I know a Mainz fan personally. I'm pretty sure he's happy, a friend of mine. But yeah, good win for Mainz. Logan Klopp's first club he managed. So good win.
All right, moving on. Next, we have Bochum 2, Holstein Kiel 2. This is pretty much a relegation battle. Pretty back and forth game. I actually want to just check the goal scores real quick. So Bochum actually were 2-0. It was 1-1. Then the Holstein Kiel got a last minute equalizer. Big win for them. A big draw for them. And I believe I forgot which team it was. Is it Holstein Kiel or the other team? The first season Bundesliga. I forgot which one it is.
Holstein Kiel, I think.
It's Holstein Kiel. Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah,
because Bochum were there last season. But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
both teams got their first point of the season, but that doesn't really help them because they didn't win a game. They're still in the relegation zone as well. Both teams, Bochum and Holstein. So I think both teams are not happy, especially Bochum because they didn't end up with the victory. So it's the same as like Southampton, Ipswich.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Next is Heidenheim 0, Freiburg 3. Freiburg for winning 3-0 on the road against Heidenheim. A very kind of a little surprising result because I thought Heidenheim would have maybe do a decent chance because they did well last season in the Bundesliga, but Freiburg just destroyed them in the second half. And first half it was kind of a little close, but the second half was it was just terrible.
Yeah, so, I think 11 minutes it took Freiburg to score the first to their goal. So yeah, and I think Freiburg are top 4 right now in the Bundesliga. So hopefully they stay in that position. Freiburg, hopefully they, do well this season. As for Heidenheim, it was fun while it lasted. That them being top of the league, it was fun while it lasted. They will still cook Jogo Bonito when they play them. That's the only game I think I'll be confident with. Heidenheim beating Jogo Bonito. That's the only game I'm confident. And Chelsea will end up winning the Conference League maybe, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Union Berlin 2, Hoffenheim 1. A good win for Union Berlin, man. They were struggling this season. They did well in the first 60 minutes, and then pretty much Hoffenheim got that goal back, and then pretty much I'm pretty sure Union Berlin were just parking the bus.
It's
just holding on, like, okay, we can't concede again. Yeah, it was pretty much a game of 2 halves. So
yeah, first half Berlin or Union, and second half Hoffenheim, and the 2 goals were enough for Union to win.
Yeah, and then 10. I have to report abuse because this is Bayern just assaulted Werder Bremen. This is like physical assault.
In a space of 1 week, Bayern scored 20 goals in 1 week. The 6-1 at Holstein Kiel, 6-1. The Champions League game, nearly double digits, but 9-2. And then 5-0 away at Bremen. 20 goals in basically a week. 20 goals. And look at that stat of what do you call it? Bremen. Zero on basically 0 in everything. The only number that's not 0 is the percent of possession, accurate passes, and fouls committed, and maybe that corner, but 25 shots for Bayern, 7 on target, 5 goals. 20 goals in 1 week. 20 goals in 1 week. Could you imagine what they would do to Barcelona now that they have Peña in goal?
I've heard how to speak, but anyways, Werder Bremen didn't even have a single shot. Andrew Elise is really good.
You know what the good thing is that Bayern play Leverkusen next in the Bundesliga.
Oh my geez, that's a huge game.
I think they play them. I think it's this weekend or next weekend.
Yeah.
It's one of the 2.
It is next weekend. It is next weekend, and it's a Bayern Stadium. Ooh, that's gonna be a big game. That's gonna be a big game.
We'll talk about Leverkusen, but yeah, I mean, obviously good win for Bayern. And as I said, even though I know they're not back, because I think to consider Bayern back would be them winning Champions League, I would say.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've started the season great, even though there's still some question marks defensively. I mean, Bremen, the only reason why Bayern didn't concede is because Bremen didn't even shoot in the entire game, basically. So you can't really say anything about, oh, they were good defensively. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the next game for Bayern will be a lot more tougher, but I mean, good win, good start to the season, and I did predict them to win the Bundesliga, and I mean, might as well give them the treble because they're top of the Champions League at the moment. But yeah, good win, obviously. For Bremen, I mean, it's against Bayern, so I still think they'll survive. Bremen.
Yeah, and Bayern, man, like I said, because I've heard a lot of people say, should we give company credit now and stuff like this? We can't give them credit.
Until he wins a trophy, then I'll give him the.
Yeah, like
because at least the Bayern fans will get. Yeah.
Okay, because we're gonna see that we're gonna see the true Bayern against Leverkusen. That'll be the true test. That'll be the test.
Yeah, I would say. Could you imagine 10 years ago, Xabi Alonso and who was it? Company were players. They were players, Xabi Alonso and Company, and now they're managers of basically the two. Well, you can say I wouldn't say the biggest clubs but the two clubs that are likely to win the Bundesliga. One of them potentially could win the Bundesliga, or I mean, one of them already has. But yeah, cannot wait to see whether Bayern score maybe, I don't know, let's say 7 goals, and then Leverkusen will dark magic 8 goals, 8-7, something like that.
Okay, let's move to the next one. Frankfurt 2, Gladbach 0. Marmouche is still scoring, and Frankfurt are looking good, man. Frankfurt are looking good. I feel bad for Gladbach. Gladbach had a lot of chances. Kau made a lot of good saves, and yeah, I just think for Frankfurt, man, they're looking good. Ekatek is also looking good. My worry for Frankfurt though is I still don't really know if I can really rate them that highly, because this is still it's not the same team for the Europa League a few years ago, but maybe they're starting to rebuild, improve, because that Conference League showing last season was disgraceful. So let's see how they do in the Europa League this season.
Yeah, we'll see how they do in the Europa. So I'm a bit surprised they've improved since the first 1 or 2 games, but yeah, good win for them.
Leverkusen, man, I don't know what's going on, man. I mean, are we seeing Juju again? Like, this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous, bro. I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
explain.
I mean, what, it was 1-0 Wolfsburg, and then 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2 Wolfsburg, 3-0, and then red card for Wolfsburg, and then basically last minute, whatever. Boniface. This time, it's not Patrick Schick, it's Boniface now. But yeah, I mean, it's a good. Obviously, it's a good win. Obviously, heading into basically the big game this coming weekend. And but the only concern with Leverkusen, they've not kept a clean sheet yet, at least in the Bundesliga, I would say. So yeah, I think we'll see how they do against Bayern, because that's the first test, I would say.
Yeah, but Leverkusen are looking very shaky defensively, which is a bit concerning. So that Leverkusen and Bayern game is going to go, because Bayern are looking very shaky defensively, even though they look good against Werder Bremen. I don't really rate Bayern's defense that highly, so that'll be a good game.
Conceded 2 to the team that lost 9.
Yeah, the Stuttgart 5, Dortmund 1. Wow, Stuttgart, man. I mean, after that showing against Real Madrid, I was like, yeah, they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game. Because Dortmund, I don't really rate Dortmund that highly, and Undov looked amazing. He was clinical on the day. I wish he was clinical at the Bernabeu, but that's a different story.
Well, technically, you could kind of say this game, all of the Stuttgart players scored, because the player that's technically scored for Dortmund is Stuttgart's best player of last season. And then he owes 5 to basically his former team. So yeah, Stuttgart, they've improved since their opening game loss, and that the loss in the Super Cup. So yeah, let's see how Stuttgart carries on. They've basically gone past their most difficult game, Real Madrid, which I think they should have gotten something. And I think Stuttgart can be a surprise-ish team in the Champions League. Not win it, but quarterfinal, why not? But yeah,
That'll be
I
a
mean,
mistake.
as for this game, I mean, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, Dortmund, man.
Remember when some people, I don't know if it's or some people hyped up Dortmund as a potential team to challenge for the Bundesliga.
No.
I think one or two people, I'm not sure who, but I'm like, not right now. Just because Lewis Sahin worked under, I think it was under Bayern Munich one time, but still,
But yeah,
good win for
Sebastian Hoeneß.
Stuttgart.
Yeah, Sebastian Hoeneß, man, a very good coach, man. Good coach indeed.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see what maybe he could be the future Germany coach after Nagelsmann, maybe.
Hopefully, Nagelsmann to Newcastle. This game,
wow.
you know, this team, yeah, this team that beat Bayer Leverkusen has now gone on to draw 0-0 in the two Bundesliga games and lost to Atletico.
I mean, losing to Atletico isn't shameful, to be fair, but I see what you mean. They haven't won a game since then.
that Leverkusen win away from home as well. So yeah, I mean,
and St. Pauli, man, this is a good point for them at home against
the
Leipzig.
Still bottom of the league or bottom 3 or whatever, but yeah, I mean, now at least all the bottom 3 teams that started the weekend on 0 points now at least have a point, and they're still in the bottom 3. They're still in the bottom 3, so I don't know if that even really helped them that much. They just inch 1 point closer, which I mean it's early on, but yeah. But it's next weekend that will be the big one. Oh yeah, it is Bayern Munich against Leverkusen.
Oh, that's gonna be a big game. Yeah. Okay, I want to ask you one question before we get to the comments. Do you think Kane is looking better under a company than under Tuchel? Because I feel like Kane's been more prolific.
Yeah, maybe because company has had pocketed Kane during his playing days company, so maybe he knows how to evade that. But I think in terms of just the attack, Bayern have obviously improved. So it's Saturday at 12:30, so +6, so 6:30 here. Yeah, so I mean it's going to be a big game between basically the two teams to win the title. I am more leaning towards Bayern in that one. But you never know with Stuttgart's dark magic. 8-7 Leverkusen, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, man. Very interesting. Let's read some guys' comments. Stuttgart smashed Smoke Dortmund 5-1. They're a good team. Yeah, Stuttgart's underrated, guys. Stuttgart's very underrated. Let's read what you say. Dortmund, he didn't fail Roma, man. He lost to Bristol City in December 26th. That show he's finished. They won titles. Wow. He didn't succeed either. Okay, whatever. Vincent Company's cooking all sorts of bratwurst and Bavarian food. He's getting closer to being the real deal. We'll see, man. We'll see, Matt. Boston Bayern. Isn't this a catchphrase? I have hope. Sebastian, go back to your parent club, man. Go back to your parent club. Man United's a joke. Don't say Man United. Anyways, can't watch, but I'll help with the algorithm by liking, sitting in chat, and commenting if it lets me. Can't comment what's live, but I will tomorrow. All right. That's greatly appreciated. Matt shows the Kane's goal scoring minutes, Gene. Brandon Bluck says, salute AD. Stuttgart statement. Wow, Dortmund brought Stuttgart players, yet they lost 5-1. That's crazy. Stuttgart said, hey, you can have this guy. And they will still smash you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I think Dortmund are 5th, 6th in the league. Yeah, Bayern Leverkusen.
Yeah. Dortmund are 8th, actually, right now. I'm looking forward to Bayern versus Bayer Leverkusen. For now, I'll say 3-2. All right, fair enough, Matt. All right, last league we have everyone's favorite league. Everyone loves this league, obviously. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this. Nice 8.
I feel so bad. I mean, shout out, big up to all the Saint Etienne fans that left the stadium at 6-0, even before the half even ended. I mean, thankfully, Newcastle United haven't suffered this, but I know my team did that to Spurs a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago. That's the 6-1 we did over Spurs. But to not only to lose 8-0, but to concede 6 of them in the first half. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I know Strasbourg Steve, we did a stream on this game. And on his stream I said, oh, maybe 3-1 Nice. Yeah, I should have said 8 then.
Oh, I said it. We're so excited. Oh, jeez, Nice. Oh, wow.
Oh God, Saint Etienne. I mean, they just did a Southampton or Spurs when we beat them 6-1.
Yeah.
6 goals by halftime.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then,
Lille, yeah. Lille 3, Strasbourg 3. What a game this was, man. Lille 2-0 up. Strasbourg made it 3. Then they did the comeback. I was like, what the heck? What?
And then
Lille
typical Strasbourg. Yeah. I feel bad for Strasbourg Steve. But yeah, I mean, good. I don't know. I don't think it's a good point for either team, even though it was exciting. Because I do think both teams should have, well, obviously one of the teams should have won it. But yeah, I don't remember Strasbourg now winning a game since match day 1 or 2. So yeah, it's not been a good season for them. As for Lille, they've not been that great as well recently, but we'll see. I'm going from 8-0, 3-all to just a 1-1. Last minute at least.
Lons got a last minute equalizer. Nazola, they got a penalty, and yeah, so good job for Lons. The Reims actually tied with PSG. Dembele, man, I can't believe Dembele is the face of PSG. I can't believe Dembele is the face of PSG. Is crazy. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of shows that I wouldn't say PSG are finished, but it does at least make Ligue 1 maybe a bit exciting, because now at least the invincible PSG are being chased down by the team that I'm predicting to win Ligue 1, Monaco, who just beaten Barcelona, carried on their form, beat Le Havre.
Yeah, Le Havre, man. And Balogun finally scored, man. Florian Balogun. Let's go. Let's go, man.
Yeah. I mean, obviously good win for the team I'm predicting to win Ligue 1, which, considering that PSG draw, I think we'll see the table, but yeah, looking good for me in that regard.
Andres won. Nantes won. It was a back and forth game, you know. Nantes probably should have won, but yeah, I mean, Nantes, man, I hope they don't go down. Lafont, he's a very good goalkeeper, and I think Nantes will be fine. Stade Brest 2, Toulouse 0. They got the first European win. They followed up with another back-to-back wins, and yeah, Stade Brest looking good, man. I like to see it. You
know, they kind of surprised me, Brest, and it was good that they did not to lose this game for Stade Brestois. So yeah, good win. Hopefully, they surprise me and a few others. But we'll see when they play Real Madrid and Barca.
Yeah, Montpellier wins 3-2 against Auxerre. Good win for Montpellier. Auxerre did score a goal, but it wasn't to be. And yeah, Montpellier, good win for them. And yeah, 3-2 win at.
Yeah, I think that's their first win as well, Montpellier. So yeah, let's see if when Saint Etienne won their first Ligue 1 game this season, they went on to lose 8-0. So hopefully it won't be the same thing to Montpellier next weekend.
Wow. Wow. Shout out to Marseille, man. They managed to win this game, even down, man. It's incredible. This is a statement win because Lyon were 1-0 up. They got the center back to score. And then Marseille did score 2 goals. And then Cherki got the equalizer. And they said, okay, it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And then Rowe scored a last-minute goal. I believe he came off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came off the bench.
I wonder if that certain player... Okay, 7.4 rating. Okay.
Yeah, Perry made an error for the goal.
Number 10. But yeah, and Lacazette missing a penalty as well. In
Yeah, we have to that.
the end of that first half. So yeah, obviously a good win for Marseille, and it makes at least Ligue 1 competitive, I guess.
Wow,
Yeah.
PSG, Marseille, Monaco, all tied on 13 points. Wow, three-horse battle, it seems.
Yeah.
The relegation battle.
So,
Very interesting.
I mean, we'll see how they do for the rest of the season. And I do think it is a 3-horse race. Obviously, PSG the favorites, but Monaco only conceded 2 goals all season, and one of those goals was against Le Havre. So Monaco not looking bad. At least my shout for them to win Ligue 1. So yeah, looking good.
All right, last game we're gonna talk about real quick. I put this in the thumbnail. We're gonna talk about this game real quickly. We got Fenerbahce 1, Galatasaray 3. Obviously, I watched some parts of this game. I watched the highlights. Actually, I didn't think I watched the game, but I watched the highlights, and I gotta say, man, Fenerbahce man worked really poor in this game.
Yeah, obviously ASM, Saint Maximan wasn't that great, but maybe
it's probably the best player. You know what the sad thing is? He was probably the best player. Because I'm sorry, that Fenerbahce shouldn't have got that penalty. That was not a penalty. That looked like a dive to me.
Yeah,
and
I mean, not great for Fenerbahce. What, 5 points now behind Galatasaray? Here's a wild shout. I don't know which of these two teams, but either Fenerbahce or Galatasaray will make the Europa League final. One of them. I don't know which one.
Wow.
I'm leaning more towards Galatasaray. I'm thinking of a Man United Galatasaray final and Man United win. So the two teams that played each other last season's Champions League both got knocked out in the groups, along with Newcastle, obviously. But I do think one of these two, Fenerbahce or Galatasaray, I would say make the Europa League final. There'll be that surprise finalist in a European final, like Olympiacos were.
You know, what if we get both make the final?
I think it'll be like this game, with the winner being that team. Unfortunately, I think I'm a little bit more. I think I'm a little bit more Fenerbahce now, considering I read about the history now, whereby Fenerbahce is more the Asian side of Istanbul, and obviously I'm Filipino, so Asian, so maybe. But yeah, I mean, good win for Galatasaray, unfortunately.
Yeah, basically my thoughts of this game was that Fenerbahce midfield wise were really poor. They gave away a lot of sloppy. They were very sloppy in the midfield, and Galatasaray were just clinical. That was pretty much the difference.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you this question before we go into comments: is Fenerbahce the Turkish Spurs? Because I heard people say this. I think it's a bit harsh, but maybe you can make arguments.
At the moment, yeah, you could probably say, because in the past 2 or 3 seasons they have the most points gained, 0 titles. Like, that's typical Spurs or whatever. So unfortunately at the moment it's living up to that hype.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Trabzonspor, Istanbul Başakşehir have won a league title more recently than Fenerbahce.
Yeah, I think 2014 or 15, one of those times Fenerbahce last won it. Which
that's
for Fenerbahce, that's not good enough for a club like Fenerbahce. Well, obviously it's only 6 games into the season. Still 28 more to go. So we'll see. But considering Fenerbahce won 99 points and didn't win the league, something like that. I mean, yeah. Not looking good for Fenerbahce. But hopefully, maybe Besiktas or another Turkish club, Besiktas, can do a favor, but we'll see. Let's go Fenerbahce and River Plate.
Yeah. Oh man, we're not going to discuss we're not going to discuss Super Classico. But you guys can check out YouTube Short because that's not a European game. So maybe we'll discuss that in a couple of Jorts next week when we do our watch long. But anyways, we're gonna round up here, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the stream. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe. How many likes were on today's stream? Hope we can get up to like 10 likes, maybe. Let's see how many likes we're on. We're on 5 likes, man. That's really poor, man. Come on, let's get up to 7 likes at least. Round the stream off in a good measure. And yeah, let's read some of you guys' comments, and then we're gonna round off. I'll be nice this week. Called Liga on the Oyster League. It's poetic. Nice beating mate. Nice beating mate. Oh yeah, it is. That was nice. I'm not saying like Marseille can't. No, I don't think that can't happen. To be fair, it can't happen. It's not a brick take.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess Brandon, I guess you'll say Marseille. I will say Monaco, and I guess AD, you'll say PSG then.
Yeah,
I actually do back Monaco this season, and so far they've looked good.
Yeah, so, I think we can all agree that it's gonna be one of those 3 teams. There's no other team in France doing it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the favorite is PSG, obviously, but I still think Monaco is the best challenger between them and Marseille. And we'll see in La Classique when that happens.
Yeah,
Marseille PSG.
Yeah, I need PSG to go Europa League, man. That's football heritage. That would be football heritage.
Well,
that would be.
Well, they're not in the Europa League, but yeah. So that penalty.
Yeah, Steve would be celebrating with his shirt off until that penalty. I wrote in Lyon Marseille were the best friends since 2010, 2011. Fenerbahche were underwhelming. Yeah. Porto are back. They got 3-0 win to Victoria Guimarães, who won at Braga last weekend. Well, good for you, Matt. So let's see what Porto does against Man United. Because that Man United game, man.
I will be wearing my Porto shirt. I have my Porto shirt. I'll be a Porto fan. I know I said Man United will win the Europa. Let's say even if they lose against FC Porto, I still think they'll win the Europa League somehow. But if not them, it's either one of the 2 Turkish teams right there or FC Porto. But I'm more leaning towards Man United. But Forza Porto! Come on, Porto!
Come on.
And then obviously Karabag as well.
Yeah. Osman scoring a big game. Let's be Bodo first. Flickball's impressive. Yeah, Flickball's looking good, man. Flick's the real deal. And then Lazio's after that, man. Lazio's after that. Anyways, I'm going to round up here, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe. If you're new on here, guys, subscribe to the channel. Like the stream if you haven't already done so. I put the timestamps already in the description below, guys. And I'll see you guys for next Sunday stream. So let's see how many likes we got in the stream before round off. So we got 6 likes. Can we get up to 7 maybe? Hope we can get 7. Hope we can get 10 on the way out. All right. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Newcastle.